Hi everyone, this is Yesha with IELTSmaterial.com. We have almost completed the learning of all types of graphs, charts, maps and diagrams, but still there is one question to be learned yet. What is that question? What is the name of this question? Yes, it is IELTS writing multiple graphs. This is considered to be the most difficult one as it contains two different types of graphs or charts, and students struggle in understanding how to present the answer of this particular question. So without wasting any time further, let me take you into the description of how to write a multiple graph or how to present a report of a multiple graph. So what is a multiple graph? IELTS multiple graph is a combination of two different types of graphs or charts, and these are connected to each other. That means they have almost similar categories but two different situations. This particular question never includes a map or a diagram. So you only have to focus on four types of charts or graphs, that is a bar graph, a pie chart, a table chart or a line graph. Let me give you an example. A multiple graph can have two types of graphs, that is one pie chart and one bar graph, or it can have one bar graph and a line graph. It can also have one table chart and a line graph. That means, as I said, you do not have to worry about maps or diagrams. Let's look into the example question task in this particular section. You can see the two instructions given, that is the time duration is going to be 20 minutes and you have to write at least 150 words, as I suggest you should be writing 175 to 185 words. The main question talks about two different types of charts, that is the table chart and the pie chart. The question is, the table and pie chart illustrate populations in Australia according to different nationalities and areas. This is the main question, and you can see that this particular question has a pie chart and a table chart. The categories explained in these two diagrams are almost the same, with an exception, that is the pie chart contains the other nationalities whereas the table chart excludes this particular category. Before moving on to the sample answer, let's look into the tips to describe the multiple graphs. Number 1, analyze both the diagrams thoroughly. Number 2, write a clear overview summarizing the differences, and you might need another sentence to write about both the charts. Number 3, note down the categories of the charts or graphs. Number 4, compare and group the categories effectively and precisely. Number 5, make sure to use simple and complex structures to describe the graphs. Number 6, review your answer for spelling and grammatical errors before submitting, and this you should do for task 1 and task 2 regularly. Thank you for watching it till here. If you want to learn more tips and strategies for IELTS, then check out the description below and book a free demo class today. Let's look into the question task again. As I said, this question task will contain two different types of graphs. Here we have a pie chart and a table chart. So the structure would be first paragraph where you will describe the introduction. The second paragraph will talk about the overall statements, taking one from the pie chart and the other one from the table chart. The third paragraph will describe about the pie chart and the fourth paragraph will describe about the table chart. Here you can see the sample answer, and in the sample answer I have clearly mentioned the paragraphs as I explained it before. The first paragraph is the introduction statement. The first paragraph says the pie chart and table describes in detail the population figures in Australia, and its residents tended to live in rural or urban areas. Rural, that means countryside. Urban areas, that means population in the city area. Coming to the overall statement, you can see that it talks about the different perspective, or let's say an overall perspective of both the charts. The phrase that is used to start this paragraph is looking from an overall perspective. You can use overall, you can use it can be clearly seen that. You can also use different overall statements or let's say overall phrases to start this paragraph. You can see the third paragraph clearly describes about the pie chart. This is actually explained with a decreasing trend. That means it starts with the highest, that is 73% of the Australian population, goes with the second, that is the other nationalities, which is 14%, then with Great Britain, that is British people at 7%, New Zealanders at 3%, Chinese at 2%, and people from Dutch, that is from Netherlands, at just 1%. The fourth paragraph explains in detail about the table chart, which does not include the other nationalities. You can definitely underline or make a note of different phrases explained in this particular answer, and you can also use these phrases in the explanation of your example task. Now here we have a sample question task for you so that you can also brush up the ideas, polish the strategies that you have learned from this video and give your answer in your own words. This particular question also contains two different types of graph or charts. One that is pie chart and the other one is bar graph. The pie chart talks about water consumption in Australia and the bar graph talks about residential water usage in Australia. Both is taken related to the time period, that is 2004, the year 2004. I will not explain further. Now it's your turn that you understand the actual tips to write the answer or to present the answer. You can also go back, rewind the video and note down the phrases. You can use the same phrases and try to describe the answer in your own words. I know indeed it was difficult, but what you can do is you can just go back, rewind the video, pause the video to learn the strategies or the tips to describe a multiple graph and then give your answer in the comment section below. I will give you a detailed feedback of the same and with a band score, so you would understand how to improvise and how to work on your errors. Stay with us for more IELTS learning, and to do this, do not forget to like, share and subscribe IELTS Material YouTube channel. Keep learning and stay updated with IELTSmaterial.com. Bye-bye.